Hello, everyone, and welcome. In today's lesson, we will talk about what was happening. So, we will learn how to use the past continuous tense to describe some actions that were happening in the past. We will focus on the interrupted actions. Let's start. In English, we use the past continuous to talk about actions that were in progress at a certain time in the past. So here we are talking about actions that happened in the past, but it was progressing in the past. Okay? Let's start with the first example where we use the past simple. I knocked on your door at noon, but you weren't at home. What were you doing? شنو كنت تعمل? What were you doing? Look at the answer here. I was having lunch with a friend. I was having lunch with a friend. So we used here the past continuous, as you can see, to describe an action that took some time in the past. Maybe they started having lunch at 11:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. So it took like 1 hour to have lunch. So it really took some time. It was in progress in the past. Let's see more examples here. Sorry, I missed your call. كنقول I missed your call يعني فاتني التليفون متاعك ما هزيتش عليك. Sorry, I missed your call. I was mowing the lawn. I was mowing the lawn. He didn't go to the party because he was working late. He didn't go to the party because he was working late. كما شفتوا لنا ديما نحكيو على action اللي خذات وقت طويل في الباست. This time, last week, we were hiking in Peru. يعني في الوقت هذايا last week الجمعة اللي فاتت we were hiking in Peru. It is a progressed action in the past again. How to form the past continuous now? Okay, the verb متكون من two words. Was having here. Was having. So we use was or were على حسب of course the subject متاعك. We use was or were اللي هما verb to be in the past, followed by the verb with ing to form the past continuous. I was having. We have was, it is the verb to be in the past. لازم ديما depending on the subject على حسب السبجكت متاعك نغيره هل was or were. What do we use? Plus verb plus ing form. Having. We have to add the ing to the main verb هنا. Main verb هو having. وقت اللي was هو auxiliary verb نقولوا له. Lunch with a friend. I was having lunch with a friend. Let's do this exercise here. Fill in the gaps by putting the verbs in the past continuous. The children were playing outside yesterday afternoon. The children were playing outside yesterday afternoon. ديما طبيعة الفعل لازمها تكون action verb وإلا dynamic verb نقولوا اللي هو verb اللي ياخذ وقت. Okay? فما أفعال تاخذ وقت كيما play, like to sing, to talk, study, work, sleep, rain. So all of these verbs we tend to do them or we tend to use them in the ing form خاطرهم أفعال تاخذ وقت نوعا ما تعملش هكا فيسع وتوفى يعني. Number 1. They in the chore last night. It was very good concert. They were singing in the chore last night. It was a very good concert. Number 2. You on the phone at lunchtime today. I didn't want to interrupt your call. You were talking on the phone at lunchtime today. I didn't want to interrupt your call. Of course, مع you we use were, not was. Number 3, sorry, I didn't answer the phone. I my dinner when you called. Sorry, I didn't answer the phone. I was eating my dinner when you called. Number 4, she down my road earlier today. I waved, but she didn't see me. She was driving down my road earlier today. I waved يعني بيبت لها but she didn't see me. Number 5, he his homework when his friend arrived, so he still has lots to do. He was doing his homework when his friend arrived, so he still has lots to do. And number 6, Ethan apples outside this morning. They look absolutely delicious. Ethan was picking apples outside this morning. They look absolutely delicious. Very good. Let's see now the past continuous and the past simple in an interrupted action. We say interrupted action يعني فما حدث طويل في الزمن صار في الباست ولكن قص عليه حدث قصير, a short action. Okay? The past continuous and the past simple together, we can use them in this context, اللي هي the interrupted action. The past continuous here describes a longer background action. background كما نقولوا action of context, تعطيك الكونتكست شنو صاير في اللحظة ذيك. And the past simple describes a shorter action that interrupts the background action. اللي تقص عليه تقاطع الأكشن الطويلة. Let's see the sentence here. I was taking a photo when a monkey grabbed my camera. We have here two events, one in the blue and the other is in orange. I was taking a photo is a long action. It's a longer background action. We have it here in blue. When a monkey grabbed my camera, is a shorter main action. وهو الحدث المهم واللي قبله كان كأنه background, كأنه حدث يعطينا الكونتكست. Okay, قبل وقوع الأكشن هذه. So it's very short action. A monkey grabbed my camera. That's why we use the simple past. Okay, let's see more examples here. He was sunbathing when it started to rain. He was sunbathing كما نقولوا يعمل برونزاج when it started to rain. Long action sunbathing and then it started to rain. فعل to start ما ياخوش وقت. Okay, البداية والنهاية ما ياخدوش وقت. To start, to finish. ديما we use them in the simple form. We don't usually use them in the ing form. She was sleeping when the phone rang. كيف عندنا long action اللي هي she was sleeping when the phone rang. That's it. هنا فاقت هي and it's an interrupted action. قص على الأكشن الأولى اللي هي sleeping. Let's do this exercise here. Fill in the gaps by putting the verbs in the correct tenses. When I got back to my room, it's the past of get back. وقت اللي رجعت لبيتي. A cleaner was vacuuming it. A cleaner was vacuuming it. To vacuum a place يعني تعملوا بالاسبيراتور بنحي الغبرة. So, ديما in these sentences we have a long action in blue and we have a short action in orange. Number 1. When I enter the forest, a monkey swing through the trees. When I entered the forest, a monkey was swinging يعني كان يتدرجح was swinging through the trees. Number 2, the next day, Chloe read a book when Russell walked into the cafe. The next day, Chloe was reading a book when Russell walked into the cafe. reading ماهيش كيما to walk. okay إنه يدخل الكافيه مش بتاخوش وقت كيما reading. Number 3, Kelly and Dean surf when Dean fall off his board. البورد هي لوحة التزلج هنا. Kelly and Dean were surfing كانوا يمارسوا في ركوب الأمواج were surfing when Dean fell off his board. Fell is F-E-L-L. It's the past of the verb to fall. Number 4, we see some baby turtles while we jog along the beach. We saw S-A-W some baby turtles while we were jogging along the beach. While we were jogging along the beach نقولوا jog يعني I think الهرولة نقولوا لها يعني ما بين المشي وما بين الجري. okay it is in between. Very good. Let's have another one, please. Say the sentences out loud, filling in the gaps. He was eating burger when a seagull stole it. He was eating burger when a seagull stole it. You see, we have a long action and interrupted action. Number 1, she surf when she fall off her board. She was surfing when she fell off her board. Number 2, I read the menu when the waiter arrived. I was reading the menu when the waiter arrived. كيف the verb to arrive عادة يكون قصير فعل يصير في لحظته. okay الوصول. Number 3, it started to rain while they danced outside. It started to rain while they were dancing outside. كيف verb to start قصير, so it started to rain while they were dancing outside. Number 4, I dive when I see a shark. I was diving. To dive يعني غوص. So I was diving when I saw a shark. Shark هو القرش. Number 5, he find a starfish while he lie in the sun. He found a starfish. كيف verb to find عادة يكون قصير. انك تجد شيء تجده في لحظته, يعني ما تنجمش تكون تقعد برشا تجد في شيء. While he was lying in the sun. The verb to lie هنا هكا L-I-E عندها two meanings. أولا lie يعني يكذب, وثانيا lie يعني يتكى, وهنا نقصد به يتكى. So the ing form متاعها هو L-Y-I-N-G. L-Y-I-N-G. Very good. Let's do this one. Cross out the incorrect words in each sentence. I was watching a great movie on TV when the phone rang. Number 1, Philip a long bath when someone on his door. Philippe was taking a long bath when someone knocked on his door. وقت اللي هو كان يدوش فما حد دق على الباب متاعه. Number 2. Karen met or was meeting her old friend Madeline while she traveled or was traveling in Australia. Karen met her old friend Madeline while she was traveling in Australia. So the meeting of her friend هو اللي قص على هو الأكشن اللي interrupted the traveling متاعها. Number 3. Christopher cooked or was cooking dinner when his party guests arrived or were arriving early. Christopher was cooking dinner when his party guests arrived early. Number 4. We learned or were learning to speak Thai. Thai here the language of Thailand. While we stayed or were staying in Bangkok, اللي هي the capital of Thailand. We learned to speak Thai while we were staying in Bangkok. Usually بعد كلمة while الأغلبية نستعملوا the ing form. while يعني في الأثناء وقت اللي كما نقولوا. So we usually use the ing form after that. Number 5. I wrote or was writing a report when my boss asked or was asking me to come to her office. I was writing a report when my boss asked me to come to her office. Very good. Now let's fill in the gaps using the words in the panel. We have carrying, bustling, walking, playing, fascinating, smiling, ancient, felt, and bizarre. Let's read this letter here. Hi, Emily. Paul and I are having a great time in Marrakesh. Today, we were walking in the old part of the city when we saw an old man. Actually, he looked ancient. وقت نقول ancient يعني يكون شوية قديم. الشكل متاعه قديم. He was carrying a large heavy basket. To carry يعني تحمل. So carrying a large heavy basket. So I offered to carry it for him. I offered to carry the basket for him. The old man was at me. The old man was smiling at me. But I felt nervous. So I gave the basket to Paul. Suddenly, we arrived in a square with market stalls and people everywhere. Square هي كما نقولوا ساحة. So, arrived in a bustling square. Bustling is like a crowded, busy or crowded place with market stalls and people everywhere. I looked for the old man. He was sitting with the basket open. He was the flute. Flute هي آلة موسيقية كيما المزمار. He was playing the flute, and out of the basket came two enormous snakes. Two big, big, big snakes. Okay, enormous, يعني very big. I had never seen anything like it in my life. It was bizarre. It was bizarre. They were moving to the music he was playing. It was to watch. It was fascinating to watch. But I didn't offer to carry his basket again. Love, Henya. That's it for today. Thank you so much for your attention and see you soon. Goodbye.